Welcome everyone to Module 5 of the Business Management Capstone course. This will be a brief overview video of the assignments and the Globus results. First, we have the Module 5 course content. Make sure you're reviewing all this information, especially the PowerPoint presentations for each chapter. Next, we have the Chapter 3 Smart Book assignment. This is very similar to what you have already completed for Chapters 1 and 2. You should be familiar with the Smart Book assignments by now. Next, we have the course participation, social media, and business evaluation discussion board. You will be providing a response to the following questions, such as what social media are you utilizing? What methods of networking do you apply for business? How can these platforms have a positive and negative impact on your company? And of course, once you create your initial post, you will be replying to at least two other students. Next, we have the Chapter 3 quiz. Then again, you should be familiar with the way you complete the quiz since you already completed one for Chapter 1 and 2. Next, we have a new assignment. This is Case 1, Fixer Upper, expanding the Magnolia brand. You must read the Case 1 information at the back of the textbook before attempting this assignment. Once you have completed the reading, click on this link, and there's 6 different sections that you'll be asked questions within each section, and then simply submit it. Next, we have the Module 5 report. The concept is just like the Module 4 report last week. The only difference is, of course, the questions are not the same. So the questions this week are such as, what would be a good slogan that captures the essence of your strategic vision? What are your company's financial objectives? How would you describe your company's strategic intent? And so on and so forth. Please make sure you're creating a report. Like I said in the past, not Q&A, like you're typing up the question, typing the answer. This should be in a report format. It should have a nice cover page. It should address all these questions. It should maybe have some charts, graphs, pictures, tables. It should look very professional. If it does not, you will be deducted points. Next, we have the Globus Simulation Year 7 decisions. You have been completing decisions for weeks now, so this is not a new concept. Please make sure, though, you are communicating with your team and you're just not making decisions on your own. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the results from Year 6 in Globus.
Well, as you can see, it looks different than the practice rounds for some. Now, keep in mind, I always get a few emails during the semester about, questions of, what can I do better? And obviously, I'm not going to answer those because I'm not going to give away another team strategy to assist a different team. Everyone has the same resources. Okay, you have the same documentation. Now, what's different though is you have not the same team members. And if you would say, well, my team members aren't as strong as I am or are not participating as I am, well, in business, this is where you become that leader. We all have different skill sets, right? We all have different attitudes and opinions. When you're part of a team, you put all that aside and you figure out, okay, who's good at what? How can we gel as a team? And also, this might give you an opportunity to show your leadership skills. And you might have to, be persuasive to get, certain individuals to participate more. That's the goal of the class, though. Let's see you succeed in this type of environment. Now, for practice year 7, Team A was leading. They were at a weighted average score of 107 at year 7. Now they're at 84. Does that say something bad about Team A? I don't think so. I think it might say more about the other teams starting to figure it out. So that's why we give the practice rounds. Now, Team B, you're at 106 for year 6 scoreboard, which is fantastic. You were at 101 at the practice year 7. So, great job. We're jumping on top. Team E, you're at 99. You were at 97 in the year 7 practice round. Team D, 88. Team D was at 54. 54, okay? So just goes to show you, this is going to be a tight competition this semester. No one's going to be just running away with this without any fear of someone being behind you. Now, Team B has a decent lead. 7 points is not that big of a lead, but hey, with that said, I commend you, Team B. 106 is a good score, which I've said before. Really, 90 or above is a good score. Coming out with year 6. Team A at 84. You're still right there. Definitely. Don't be discouraged, and also keep in mind, some decisions take a few years to have an impact. So maybe you're setting up that foundation to make a run for first place. And Team C at 74, then again, you were at 95 in year 7 practice round. So I have no problems with any of the teams right now. And you would say, well, 74 is on the low end, which you've always say be around 85 or higher. 74 is fine for the first year 6. Now, obviously, I believe Team C is going to start picking up the pace here in the coming years. I believe it's going to be a tight competition, everyone. That happened last semester as well, and it came down to the final week, the final decisions. So keep that in mind. Every decision you make, every point you gain through the semester may help you win in the end. So, there are no just giveaway decisions. Like, it's no big deal. Every decision matters. Can you make a mistake and still win? Absolutely. You don't have to be perfect. It's just making sure, though, that you are putting in the time and effort into the decisions. And what I've said to a majority of teams, if not all the teams, is everyone normally asks me, well, how many decisions do I make per week? It depends. It depends on what your goals are. It depends on how you feel. Like, someone like Team B, they may make all kinds of decisions, and other teams would say, well, why? You're at 106, you're leading. And they may say, well, we have a long-term vision. Someone like Team C, who's at the bottom with 74, may only make a few decisions, and the other team's like, well, why wouldn't you make a bunch? You're at 74. Team C could say, well, hey, some of our decisions we make, it takes a few years to reap the benefit of it. So there are no set limits of when do you want to make 20 different decisions? Do you want to make 2? It's a team-driven outcome. So only the team knows what you feel like you should do. Now, so with that said, every team right now is in it. There's no team that's out of it. Even from 74 to 106, that's not that big of a gap. Obviously I would want, hopefully Team C, get in the 80s, year 7. And I'm sure some of you are looking at Team B and hoping they get back to the 90s. But I would say watch out, because I have seen certain teams throughout the years, once they get a lead, they just keep on growing that lead. And that's what you do not want. So Team E, D, A, and C, you do not want Team B to continue to grow the lead. So right now, it's basically 7 points, give or take, from first and second. And it's not that much farther from third as well. 7 points is no big deal. But now, come year 7, if the 7-point lead becomes a 20-point lead, and then it becomes a 30-point lead, and a 35-point lead, then it gets more difficult. So just keep that in mind. Now, if we jump down to the game-to-date scoreboard, the scores are all going to be the same, except Team E and Team C did gain a bonus point. So the lead I was talking about, that was 7 points for year 6, really it's only 6 points for the game-to-date scoreboard, and that's what you go by, who wins a simulation. Makes it even tighter, which I expect. I think, in my mind, I'll have no clue who's going to win this simulation until the very end. I think it's going to be that close throughout. Now, if you don't understand why certain teams got a bonus points and you didn't, that means you're not digging into the documentation. No team has additional information than you have. All right. The only thing is different is the team members, which I already addressed. You could take any group of people and make it successful. It's just the way you lead. Okay. And keep in mind, everyone is different, and everyone prefers different tasks and focus on different areas, maybe of the simulation, maybe, within the team, and learning to respect that and motivate individuals and just go for it. Because at the end of the day, when you're in business, you have to succeed. If you like someone, don't like someone, if they're participating and if they're not participating, the upper management doesn't want to hear that. They just want to see the outcome. As always, keep up the great work. Please reach out to me if you have any questions or concerns. Have a great week, everyone.